You've just made the biggest purchase in your life. Now, what if I was to tell you this is just the beginning when it comes to spending all of your hard-earned cash? Now, I'm going to break down the 5 most important household bills, as well as my strategy to keep the cost down. Hi everyone, I'm Sam Fox, a mortgage expert, and I'm here to help you break down those barriers for you to purchase your home. If you've got any questions or you want to find out more about us, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. So first things first, gas and electricity. Yes, you do, believe it or not, have to pay to power and heat your home. Now, don't worry too much, because when you move in, you're going to get a letter through the post, and that'll either be from Scottish Power or EDF Energy or whoever that might be at the time. You can research beforehand and try and find out who is the energy provider of the house and sort it before you go in, but don't worry, you will be able to plan for that. Now, when you get those letters, they probably will offer you a tariff and they will offer you a deal, and it's really important at that time not just to take it, because they're expecting you to move in, you've got the keys, and you just think, yeah, it's one thing off my list, I'll ring them up, set up an account, here's my email address, take my money. But you could be missing a trick there. There might be better companies that can offer you better savings or more competitive pricing if you go online and shop around. The second thing is your water bill. Now, depending on where you live, depends on where the water bill comes from. So up in the northwest, we have United Utilities. They provide all of the water to residential homes. You can decide to have a water meter, or you can pay a monthly tariff, and basically your water usage is unlimited, and every year they review it to see how much you've used and that kind of thing. So there's not much shopping around you can do with water. I just wait for that bill to come through, set up your account, give them a call, and away you go. So the third thing is the nice to haves. Now here I'm talking, what is it you're paying for on a monthly basis? The silent subscriptions that we're probably never going to use, or some of them you might do. So we've got Netflix, Disney, you probably have Audible, Spotify, Apple Music, all those sorts of things. What you really need to do is look at that and align with what you use on a day-to-day basis. If you use Sky, amazing. Sky might have Netflix built in as part of your package, but then what's the point in paying £25 for movies and £25 for sports and all these other things if you don't use them? And sometimes we've had clients who are paying for Spotify, Apple Music, Disney, they're paying for them all. And when you ask them what they watch, it's just Netflix. So what I would do is look at your budgets, realign exactly what it is you want to be spending your money on, and that'll help you make the decision for what TV package and that kind of thing that you go for. Number 4 is going to be your broadband. It's really important to consider who's going to be the best or most suitable for you. Now, sometimes this can link in with energy providers. So whilst you're reviewing your energy, you tend to look at the broadband at the same time. So you've heard people say, oh, we've got Sky for everything, like your Sky TV, or your subscriptions linked into there, like your Netflix and Disney Plus, and they provide your broadband as well. So sometimes it can work in your favor if you bundle it all together. And there are some providers who can do gas, electricity, broadband, mobile, everything as well. So it's really important to make sure that you understand the packages available and understand your budget, and that'll help steer you to where you want to go with your broadband. Okay, and the last one is your home insurance. So it's really worth shopping around here. So you've got your buildings insurance and you've got contents insurance. Most people buy them together, but it's really important to understand exactly what you're covered for. So one thing I always say to keep an eye on is accidental damage for your content. So if you get a nice shiny new couch, or maybe not shiny, it's probably not very fashionable to have a shiny couch this day and age, but if you have red wine, you spill it all over the couch, you've absolutely destroyed it, it can't be repaired, you've paid a professional cleaner and that doesn't work, you've got the option then to pay your insurance excess, which might be £100, and they can replace that sofa for you. So there's little things like that in your insurance that you should pay attention to. Again, you can go online, all major comparison sites will have them. Usually look for the de facto rating. The higher the rating, the better the overall policy will be. You might pay a bit more, but at the end of the day, you've bought a house, it's the biggest purchase you've ever made, it's your pride and joy, why not get the correct cover in place? So now I've given you 5 things to consider. We then also need to look at how we budget for this as well. Now, I'm a massive fan of paper and pen. Pen and paper? Paper and pen? Sounds a bit weird. Pen and paper can always be the best way. So when you've moved into the new house and you start getting your bills through, let's just write down everything that goes out of your bank account each month. Look at the stuff and circle it in red, and the stuff you can just get rid of and you haven't used for any more than 3 months. And then circle in green all the stuff that you might need to review in the future, which will be your buildings and contents, for example. Write down the date of when that needs to be reviewed. Now, if you're with a provider that's half decent, they'll probably send you an email 30 days before anyway, and that will trigger you to review that online. But other things things you're going to be looking at is your car insurance. When is that renewal going to be coming up? Because if you don't keep on top of these things, what will happen is the insurance providers will add a little premium on and it'll become a little bit more expensive and a little bit more expensive, or you'll forget and you'll go onto a variable rate for something like your mortgage, and all of these costs can add up. So it's really important that we be strict when we first move in, circle all the things you're going to get rid of, keep in green all the things that you need to review, and mark the dates along the way. Now, if you're anything like me, once you've done that, then you can move that to a spreadsheet. There's loads of templates online, and if you've got Microsoft Excel, for example, you can use the search feature, look at a monthly budgeting tool, bang them all into there, and it'll tell you your gross income, where to put it, all your spending, and it'll tell you what you can save and what you can repay towards that as well. And it'll have 12 months there, nice and easy. It'll take you 15 minutes when you're in the routine, but it means that every single month you know exactly where you're going to be, and you're not going to be forced to, or feel like you're going to be forced to spend on credit cards or use a loan for things that aren't very necessary. And that's everything from me in this video today. So I hope you found it useful. Now, as I mentioned before in the start of the video, please like and subscribe if you like this content. We're going to be uploading content every single week that'll help homeowners across the UK navigate their way through buying their first home. I'll see you soon.